Fox slammed the door shut behind him, his heart pounding like a drum in his chest as he leaned against it, the echo of his father's furious roar still ringing in his ears. The words, "Get out, you disgrace," had sliced through the air like a knife, leaving him breathless and disoriented in the dimly lit hallway of his childhood home. In that instant, everything he knew shattered, the life he'd carefully constructed around secrets and half-truths crumbling under the weight of one stolen kiss witnessed by the wrong eyes. He hadn't meant for it to happen like this. Jake had come over for what was supposed to be a quiet study session, but the tension between them had built for months, unspoken desires bubbling to the surface until they couldn't hold back anymore. Now, as Fox slid down to the floor, tears stinging his eyes, he wondered if loving someone could really be worth this kind of devastation. The next morning, sunlight filtered through the blinds of Fox's dorm room at the University of Michigan, casting long shadows that mirrored the turmoil in his mind. He hadn't slept a wink, replaying the scene over and over. His father's face twisting in horror, his mother's silent tears, and Jake's hands slipping from his as chaos erupted. Jake, his roommate and the guy who'd turned his world upside down, was still asleep on the bunk above, oblivious to the storm brewing. Fox grabbed his phone, fingers trembling as he scrolled through missed calls. 10 from his parents, none from his siblings. He knew what awaited him if he called back. Lectures on sin, family values, and the reputation his father had built as a prominent lawyer in their conservative Detroit suburb. Growing up, Fox had always been the golden child, straight-A student, captain of the soccer team, the one destined to follow in his dad's footsteps. But deep down, he'd known since high school that he was different, that the crushes on boys weren't just a phase. Jake stirred, his messy brown hair peeking over the edge of the bed. "Hey man, you okay? You look like hell." Fox forced a smile, but it cracked. "My dad. He saw us last night. Kicked me out." Jake's eyes widened, and he jumped down, pulling Fox into a hug. "Shit, Fox. I'm so sorry. What do we do now?" That was the question gnawing at Fox's soul. Do they fight it, hide it better, or walk away before more damage was done? For now, he let himself lean into Jake's warmth, the only anchor in this sea of uncertainty. As days turned into a week, the silence from home grew deafening. Fox threw himself into classes, burying his pain in textbooks and lectures on constitutional law. Ironic, given how his own rights felt trampled. Jake was supportive, sneaking small gestures like coffee runs and late-night talks, but Fox could sense the strain. Jake came from a liberal family in Chicago. His coming out had been met with hugs and pride parades. He didn't understand the suffocating weight of Fox's world. One evening, as they walked across campus, leaves crunching underfoot in the crisp autumn air, Jake broached the subject. "You can't just ignore them forever. Talk to your mom at least. She's always been on your side." Fox stopped, frustration boiling over. "On my side? She stood there and let him throw me out." "You don't get it, Jake. My family's everything to me. Church every Sunday, family dinners, the whole facade. If I push this, I lose them for good." Jake grabbed his hand, squeezing it. "But if you don't, you lose yourself. And me." The words hung heavy, a crossroads Fox wasn't ready to face. That night, he finally called his mother. Her voice was soft, laced with worry. "Fox, honey, your father. He's hurt. He thinks this is a choice, something we can fix with prayer and counseling." "Mom, it's not a choice. It's who I am." His voice cracked, the admission raw. She sighed. "I know deep down, but give him time. Come home for dinner next week? Just you, no one else." Fox agreed, hope flickering despite the ache. But as he hung up, doubt crept in. Was he betraying Jake by going alone, or saving what little family he had left? The dinner was a minefield. His father, Robert, sat at the head of the table, stern as ever, while his mother, Linda, fussed over the roast. His younger sister, Emily, eyed him curiously, sensing the tension. Robert cleared his throat after grace. "So, Fox, about that incident. I've arranged for you to see Pastor Williams. He'll help sort this out." Fox's fork clattered against his plate. Dad, I'm not broken. I don't need fixing. Robert's face reddened. This family has standards. What will people say? My clients are neighbors. They expect better from us. It's not about them. Fox shot back, his voice rising. It's about me loving someone who happens to be a guy. Linda interjected, tears welling. Please, both of you. Fox, we love you, but this is hard. Society isn't kind to people like that. Emily piped up, surprising everyone. Like what, Mom? Gay people? Fox is still Fox. The room fell silent, Robert's glare silencing her. Fox felt a surge of gratitude toward his sister, but the damage was done. He left that night with an ultimatum echoing in his mind. Conform or be cut off. Back at the dorm, Jake waited anxiously. How'd it go? Fox collapsed onto the bed. Terrible. They want me to fix it, like I'm some defect. Jake pulled him close. You're not. We'll figure this out together. But as Fox lay there, he couldn't shake the fear that together might cost him everything. Weeks blurred into months, winter's chill mirroring the frost in Fox's family ties. He stopped going home, focusing instead on his relationship with Jake. They shared stolen moments, walks in the snow, quiet dinners in off-campus spots where no one knew them. Jake's optimism was infectious, pushing Fox to join the campus LGBTQ club, where he met others with similar stories. One member, Carlos, shared his tale of disownment. It hurts, but you build a new family. Blood isn't everything. Fox nodded, but inside, the void grew. His grades slipped, the pressure mounting. Then came the call from Emily. Dad's running for city council. He's using family values as his platform. Mom says if you don't straighten up, he'll cut your tuition. The betrayal stung like a slap. His education, his future, held hostage. Fox confronted Jake that night. I can't lose my degree over this. Maybe I need to pretend, just for now. Jake's face fell. Pretend? Fox, that's not living. That's surviving. The argument escalated, words flying like daggers. You think it's easy for me? You have your perfect family cheering you on. Jake stormed out, leaving Fox alone with his regrets. Was survival worth the lie? Reconciliation attempts followed, but trust was fractured. Fox met with Pastor Williams under duress, enduring sessions filled with scripture and judgment. Homosexuality is a test, son. Overcome it for your soul. Each word chipped away at Fox's resolve, planting seeds of doubt. Did he choose this? Could he change? The internal war raged, sleep evading him as nightmares of rejection plagued his nights. Meanwhile, Jake distanced himself, hurt by Fox's wavering. I love you, but I won't be your secret forever. Fox felt torn, the weight of societal expectations crushing him. In a moment of desperation, he confided in a professor who urged therapy. Your identity isn't a debate. It's yours to own. Slowly, glimmers of self-acceptance emerged, but the cost was mounting. His father's campaign ads blasted traditional families, a subtle dig that cut deep. One night, Fox made a choice. He drove home unannounced, heart racing. Dad, we need to talk. For real. Robert looked up from his desk, surprise flickering. If you're here to argue. No. To tell you the truth. I'm gay. I love Jake. And if you can't accept that, then maybe I can't be part of this family. The silence stretched, Robert's face a mask of conflict. So, I don't understand. But I don't want to lose you. It wasn't acceptance, but it was a crack in the armor. Fox left with tentative hope, but the road ahead loomed long. As spring thawed the Michigan landscape, Fox's life hung in precarious balance. His conversation with his father had opened a dialogue, but it was fraught with tension. Weekly calls turned into debates, Robert quoting Bible verses while Fox countered with stories from the LGBTQ club. Dad, these are real people, not sinners. Robert's voice softened over time, but his campaign demanded a pristine image. I can't have scandals, Fox. Keep it quiet until after the election. The request felt like chains, binding Fox's authenticity. He agreed reluctantly, but the secrecy gnawed at him, echoing the muzzled life he'd escaped high school with. Jake, sensing the regression, grew impatient. You're letting him control you again. Where does that leave us? Their relationship strained under the pressure. Dates became arguments, intimacy replaced by distance. One evening, at a campus party, Jake flirted with someone else. A harmless dance, he claimed, but Fox saw red. Is this your way out? Because I'm not ready to shout from the rooftops. Jake sighed, exasperated. No, it's because you're hiding me like I'm something shameful. The fight spilled into the night, Fox walking away in anger. Alone in the dorm, he scrolled through old family photos, the smiling faces a stark contrast to his current isolation. Was preserving family worth sacrificing love? Emily became his lifeline, sneaking calls with updates. Dad's polling well, but he's stressed. Mom misses you. Come to my birthday dinner? Bring Jake. Test the waters. Fox hesitated, but agreed. The dinner was awkward, Jake's presence an elephant in the room. Robert was civil, asking about Jake's studies, but the undercurrent of disapproval simmered. Linda tried to bridge the gap. Jake seems nice. Tell us about yourself. Jake obliged, charming as ever. But when dessert came, Robert steered the conversation. So you two are friends. Friends who date, Fox said firmly, his hand finding Jake's under the table. Robert nodded tightly. I see. Well, as long as it's discreet. Jake bristled. Discreet? Like a dirty secret. The table tensed, Emily intervening. Come on, Dad. It's 2026. Times are changing. Robert excused himself, the evening ending on a sour note. Driving back, Jake exploded. I can't do this halfway, Fox. It's all or nothing. Fox pulled over, tears flowing. I'm trying. Give me time. But time was a luxury slipping away. Midterms brought added stress, Fox's focus splintering. He failed a key exam, the first in years, prompting a stern email from his advisor. Get help if needed. He sought counseling on campus, the therapist a kind woman named Dr. Hale. Your identity conflict is valid, Fox, but suppressing it leads to burnout. Sessions unearthed buried emotions. Fear of abandonment, internalized homophobia from years in a conservative bubble. I love my family, but I love Jake too. Why can't I have both?
Doktor Hale Similetkenti.
Sometimes you can. Sometimes choices must be made. Inspired, Fox organized a small protest against his father's Family Values Bill, which aimed to limit LGBTQ rights in schools. It was anonymous, but word spread. When Robert called, furious, "Was that you? Sabotaging my campaign?" Fox denied it, guilt twisting his gut. Had he gone too far? The lie festered, adding to his burdens. Jake, meanwhile, confided in friends, one of whom leaked their issues online. Anonymously, but the campus buzz reached Fox. Hurt, he confronted Jake. You told people? About our fights. It was venting. You're not the only one struggling. The betrayal cut deep, trust eroding further. Fox withdrew, questioning if their love could survive the external pressures. As election day neared, the family gathered for a strategy meeting. Fox attended alone, Jake refusing to play pretend. Robert looked weary. This campaign has taken a toll. But for our values. What values, Dad? Exclusion. Fox challenged. Robert paused. I thought so, but seeing you, maybe I've been wrong. The admission stunned Fox, a breakthrough amid the chaos. But as he left, Emily whispered, Dad's opponent dug up dirt. About you. Panic set in. Was his secret out? The potential scandal loomed, threatening everything. That night, Fox made a desperate call to Jake. I need you, please. Jake arrived, and they talked till dawn, rebuilding fragile bridges. We'll face it together, Jake promised. But dawn brought news. A tabloid article outing Fox, courtesy of a family insider, who had betrayed him. Suspicion fell on Emily, but she denied it. I'd never. Then, A confession from Linda. I thought if it came out, we'd have to deal with it openly. Force your father's hand. The revelation shattered Fox. His own mother, in a misguided attempt to help, had exposed him. Mom, you ruined everything. Tears flowed as family fractures deepened. Robert's campaign tanked, polls plummeting amid the scandal. He blamed Fox, words harsh. This is what your lifestyle brings. Destruction. Fox fled, seeking solace with Jake. It's all falling apart. Jake held him. Maybe it's time to build something new. But the pain of betrayal lingered, a wound that time might never heal. The fallout from the article was swift and merciless. Robert's campaign imploded, endorsements withdrawing as conservative backers distanced themselves from the family hypocrite. Headlines screamed, lawyer's son outed. Values in question? Fox's face splashed across local news, turning his private struggle into public spectacle. He holed up in the dorm, skipping classes, phone off to avoid the barrage of messages. Some supportive, most condemning. Jake stayed by his side, fielding calls from friends. Ignore the haters, Fox. This isn't your fault. But guilt consumed him. It is. If I'd stayed in the closet, none of this would have happened. Dr. Hale urged perspective in their session. Outing someone without consent is violence. Your mother's actions, however intentioned, were wrong. Fox nodded, but forgiveness felt impossible. When he finally confronted Linda over the phone, her voice trembled. I thought it would push us to accept you. I was wrong, honey. So wrong. Why not just talk to Dad? Why expose me? Anger laced his words. I panicked, seeing you suffer. I wanted to end the secrecy. The conversation ended in tears, a chasm widening. Robert refused to speak, channeling his rage into salvaging what remained of his reputation. Society's backlash hit hard. Old friends unfriended him online. Church members whispered. Even on campus, stares followed. One classmate sneered, "Didn't peg you for that type." Jake defended him fiercely, but the toll showed. Their relationship, once a sanctuary, now bore the scars of external wars. In a bid for control, Fox went public with an op-ed in the student paper, My Truth in a World of Lies. He detailed his journey, the pressures, the love he wouldn't deny. It went viral locally, drawing allies and enemies alike. Support poured in from the LGBTQ community, invitations to speak at events. Carlos from the club mentored him. Use this pain to fuel change. But change came at a price. Emily, caught in the crossfire, faced bullying at school. Kids say our family's a joke because of you. Guilt compounded. Fox visited her, apologizing. I never wanted this for you. She hugged him. It's not your fault. Dad's the one stuck in the past. Their bond strengthened, a silver lining amid ruins. As summer approached, Robert called a family meeting. He looked defeated, lines etched deeper on his face. The election's lost. But more importantly, I've lost sight of what's real. Fox braced for blame, but Robert continued. I pushed you away because of fear of judgment, of change. Reading your article, it opened my eyes. Tears glistened in Robert's eyes. I'm sorry, son, for everything. The apology hung in the air, tentative and raw. Linda chimed in. We want to make this right. Therapy for us all. Fox glanced at Jake, who'd come for support. It's a start, but no more secrets. Agreement nodded around the table, but trust rebuilding would take time. Jake squeezed his hand, a silent vow. Yet, mending brought new conflicts. Robert's former allies shunned the family, business suffering. This is the cost, he admitted one evening. But you're worth it. Fox felt the weight of that sacrifice, questioning if his happiness justified their pain. Jake proposed a getaway, a weekend in Chicago with his family. Let them show you what acceptance looks like. The trip was eye-opening. Jake's parents welcomed Fox warmly. No judgments, just genuine interest. We're happy if Jake's happy, his mom said. Contrast sharpened Fox's resolve. Back home, he pushed boundaries. inviting Jake to family events openly. Resistance lingered. Robert's awkward small talk, Linda's overcompensation, but progress inched forward. One night, a heated argument erupted when Robert slipped into old habits. Just be careful in public, okay? Why? Ashamed still? Fox challenged. Robert sighed. Not ashamed. Protective. Society's cruel. The truth stung, highlighting ongoing battles. Fox realized acceptance wasn't linear. It demanded constant effort. Amid this, Jake received a job offer in New York post-graduation. It's my dream, but I won't go without you. The decision loomed. Stay near family, nurturing fragile ties, or chase a future unbound by past shadows. Fox agonized, nights sleepless. Dr. Hale probed. What do you want truly? Both, he admitted. But if I must choose. The internal debate raged, morals clashing. Loyalty to family versus self-fulfillment. A dilemma with no clear right. As graduation neared, tensions peaked. Robert offered a position at his firm. Stay, rebuild with us. Jake countered, or start fresh, where we can be us without apology. Fox stood at the precipice, heart divided. In a moment of clarity, he chose. Graduation day dawned bright, the University of Michigan Stadium buzzing with caps and gowns. Fox walked the stage, diploma in hand, a symbol of perseverance amid turmoil. His family attended, Robert clapping stiffly, Linda beaming through tears, Emily cheering loudly. Jake sat beside them, an uneasy truce. Post-ceremony, celebrations turned pivotal. Over lunch, Robert pulled Fox aside. That job offer stands. We can make this work. Fox hesitated, glancing at Jake across the table. Dad, I appreciate it, but I've decided to go with Jake to New York. The words dropped like a bomb. Robert's face fell. New York? Leaving us after all we've been through. It's not leaving you. It's building my life. Fox's voice steadied, conviction growing. Linda interjected. But we're just starting to heal as a family. I know, and we'll visit. But I need space to be myself, without the shadows of the past. Emily nodded supportively. Go, Fox. You deserve it. Jake smiled, relief evident. But Robert stood abruptly. After everything I've sacrificed, my career, my pride, for you to run off. The accusation ignited old wounds. Sacrificed? You mean the campaign you lost because of your own bigotry? Words escalated, voices rising. I changed for you, Robert shouted. Did you? Or just enough to keep me around? Fox retorted. The family splintered, lunch ending in silence. That night, Fox packed, doubts swirling. Had he made the right call? The moral quandary tore at him. Family duty versus personal freedom. Jake reassured him. We're in this together. New York will be our fresh start. But as they drove east, Fox's phone lit with a message from Robert. I love you, son, even if it hurts. Tears blurred the highway. The exile he'd feared had come, self-imposed. Settling in New York was a whirlwind. A small apartment in Brooklyn, entry-level jobs. Fox in a law firm focused on LGBTQ rights, Jake in marketing. The city pulsed with acceptance, pride flags waving freely. Yet homesickness crept in. Calls home were strained, Robert's pride wounded. When are you visiting? Linda asked often. Soon, Fox promised, but months passed. Work immersed him, cases mirroring his struggles. Discrimination suits, family disputes. One client, a teen disowned, hit close. How do I move on? The boy asked. You build forward, but don't forget the past, Fox advised, drawing from his scars. Jake thrived, their relationship deepening without secrecy's burden. Evenings on rooftops, hands intertwined openly, a freedom Fox cherished. But cracks appeared. Distance from family amplified guilt. Emily's updates revealed Robert's depression, business faltering. He misses you more than he admits. The weight pressed, Fox questioning his choice. Was pursuing happiness selfish if it hurt others? A crisis forced confrontation. Linda called, frantic. Your father's had a heart scare. Stress, the doctor says. Fox flew back immediately, Jake by his side. At the hospital, Robert looked frail. Didn't think you'd come. Of course I did. You're my dad. Tears flowed as truths poured out. I pushed too hard. Feared losing you, so I clung tighter. Fox gripped his hand. I ran because I feared the same, but I needed to breathe. Reconciliation bloomed in that sterile room. Stay a while, Robert asked. Fox agreed, extending the visit. Jake supported, understanding the pull. Days turned healing, family therapy, open talks. Robert attended a PFLAG meeting, eyes opening wider. I get it now. Love is love. The shift was profound. Mending bridges thought broken. Yet, returning to New York loomed. You could move back, Linda suggested. Temptation tugged, but Fox knew his path. My life's there now, but we'll visit more. Promise. The farewell was bittersweet, hugs lingering. On the flight home, Jake asked, regrets? Some. But growth comes from pain. Life stabilized, balance found in visits and calls. Fox advocated louder, his story inspiring others. Jake proposed one evening, ring simple. Marry me? Yes. Fox whispered, joy overwhelming. The wedding was small, family attending. Robert walking him down the aisle, a full circle moment. But reflections lingered on choices made, prices paid. Years later, Fox looked back on that turbulent chapter with a mix of sorrow and gratitude. Married to Jake, they built a life in New York, careers flourishing, a circle of friends who became chosen family. Visits to Michigan grew frequent, Robert and Linda doting grandparents to their adopted son, little Max. Yet, scars remained. Robert's health never fully recovered, a reminder of stress's toll. Emily, now an activist herself, credited Fox's courage for her path. You showed me standing up matters. Fox's work at the firm saved lives, but each case echoed his past conflicts. Parents rejecting children, society's imposing norms. He spoke at conferences sharing his story. Love shouldn't cost your soul. Jake remained his rock, their bond tested and strengthened. We paid dearly, but look what we have. Still, doubts whispered in quiet moments. Had he been too hasty in leaving? Could more patience have spared the pain? Society evolved slowly, laws changing, but prejudices lingered. Fox fought on, knowing the battle was ongoing. In the end, he pondered the moral maze. Family versus self, conformity versus authenticity. The choices, fraught with controversy, defined him. Was forcing change through personal upheaval the right path? Or should compromise have prevailed to minimize hurt?